Hello everyone, my name is Madeline Robinson and today I will be talking about the history of Carnegie Hall in New York City. Here's my audience. And I also have a PowerPoint to present as well. Okay. The story of Carnegie Hall began in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean in the spring of 1887, where Andrew Carnegie and his wife, Louise Whitfield, were on their way to Scotland for their honeymoon. And while on the ship, they met a man of the name Walter Domrosch, who had just finished his second season as conductor and musical director of the Symphony Society of New York and the Oratorio Society of New York. And he was traveling to Europe as well. Over the course of the time on their ship, the couple developed a great friendship with Domrosch, inviting him to visit them in Scotland at the same time they were going to be there. So as they go to Scotland, they stay at an estate called Kile, and Domrosch discussed the need for a new concert hall in New York City. So at the same time, Carnegie expressed that he had great interest in developing a new hall, and he would commit a great portion of his wealth, and the founding of Carnegie Hall was born. So in order to start laying the foundation for the hall, Carnegie and Domrosch started sitting down and taking ideas and formulating this new plan for the concert hall while they were in Scotland. And at the time, Carnegie established the Music Hall Company of New York and acquired parcels of land along 7th Avenue between 56th and 57th Streets, and hired William Burnett Tuthill, an architect with a fondness of music, as the chief architect for the project. And they wanted the wealthy landowning business people to be able to come to the hall and spend money. So they put the hall just right outside of Central Park. And so the plans for the hall called for a rectangular 6-story structure housing 3 performance spaces: the main hall, the recital hall, and the chamber music hall. The main hall seats 2,800 people. The recital hall was located below the main hall, which seats 1,200 people, and adjacent to the main hall, the 250-seat chamber music hall was located. Above the chamber music hall, there were assembly rooms, which, according to the program from the opening night, would be suitable for lectures, readings, and receptions. And the building itself had an Italian Renaissance style with the facade of terracotta and iron-spotted brick. And the building was developed in the spring of 1891. So at the opening night, there were 5 days of an opening night festival, and it attracted the top wealthy families of New York City. For example, the Whitneys, the Sloans, the Rockefellers, and the Fricks, who paid up to $2 just to hear the performances by the symphony and the oratorio societies under the direction of Domrosch and Tchaikovsky. There were carriages of horses lined up against the streets of New York City for days just to see these concerts in the new hall. And the opening night was May 5th, 1891. After a long speech by Bishop Potter, Domrosch led the Symphony Society in playing America and Beethoven's Leonore Overture No. 3 Tchaikovsky, then came to the podium to conduct his festival coronation march. There have been hundreds and thousands of performances in the hall since it was founded in the 1800s. And for example, the New York Philharmonic, the Chicago Symphony, the Boston Symphony, famous cellist Yo-Yo Ma, the National Youth Orchestra of the United States, flutist Amy Porter, and hundreds and thousands of others that have performed there over the years. And on your left, you'll see a photo of the inside of the hall, and you'll see that there's 3 different levels within the hall. And on the right side, you'll see the exterior of the hall, and it's 6 stories tall. And on the front lines these flags, an American flag and flags with the Carnegie logo on it. And one of the flags says, "There's no other hall like Carnegie." So I thought that was pretty cool. And there's so many quotes about Carnegie Hall itself, and one of them that I really enjoy is, "Everywhere in the world, music enhances a hall, but with one exception, Carnegie Hall enhances the music." And like I mentioned before, the flags outside the hall say quotes sort of like that. And thousands of people aspire to perform in Carnegie Hall, whether they're 5 years old or 50 years old. You know, it's not a matter of age, it's a matter of inspiration and the desire to want to play there. So whether you're a musician or not, I strongly recommend researching more about the hall, or if you're lucky enough, going to visit the hall itself. Performing in a concert or just even attending in Carnegie Hall is an opportunity of a lifetime. And my sources, I used carnegiehall.org. And thank you for watching. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you.